One of the stories that really touched me when I was researching for this talk, a gal named Teresa and her daughter Kim. Again, a very devout Christian woman whose daughter, I'm guessing, was about 5 years old, and extremely, extremely ill. They didn't mention the illness, but it's probably something like leukemia or one of these terminal diseases that are extremely painful. And her reaction to it was just rage, anger. She'd take her daughter to the doctor, and they'd be giving her these shots, and the daughter would be screaming, and she'd be saying, "God, why are you doing this? What are you doing, God? Why me? Why this? Why does she have to go through this?" Very natural reactions for a mother. In fact, at some point she writes, she was saying, "Where are you, God? Why are you so cold and silent? Lord, why are you giving me stone and not the bread that a loving father would give? Have you deserted me? Where is your promised peace and comfort?" And again there was silence to this question. It just like consumed her. She'd go to the doctor, and the doctor would say, she complained bitterly how unfair it was. The doctor finally just said, "Listen, you have to deal with this with God. Your daughter is the way she is. And if she doesn't respond to the medicine, there's nothing we can do." It's that terminal. So she's living like this, angry, blaming God. We could give a whole talk on blaming God. Hating God. There's such a subtle quality of that in almost every culture in the world. You think it's not there, but if you look, you just find people of this extreme frustration and anger that this could happen, and they blame God because who else could be responsible? One day she sort of hits this wall and says, "I don't know what to do." Sits down, flips open her Bible, and opens up to Genesis 22, the story of Abraham. God talking to Abraham about his son, where he says, "Take now thy son Isaac, thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains, which I will tell thee of." So this son that Abraham has been promised, he's in his 90s, probably in his hundreds, I think. He's probably over 100 when he has Isaac. His only son with his wife, and as God is telling him, offer him. It's time to let him go. And this woman writing this story said, "I just realized that God was going to take my daughter, Kimmy." And then she just went in and just surrendered to this. Realizing that if Abraham could offer up his son, she could offer up her daughter, and our ways are not his ways, and that we cannot let our will be the gauge of what is right in life. And suddenly hit this great peacefulness about the whole situation. It's all about surrendering to the will of God. Now, this particular story, of course, has a happy ending. It's in Chicken Soup for a Christian Soul. And 6 weeks later, miraculously, once he's surrendered to God, the daughter just goes off the charts in terms of being healthy again. Just like, spontaneous remission, and it's not that every story will end that way by any means, but listening and surrendering is where the peace is. The more we resist, the more we fight that which obviously is in our world, the more we're tormented. In surrender and in trust, there is peace.